So Mike asked me to do a motivational speech. I want to ask you, on a scale from 1 to 10, after these 2 days, how motivated are you? Like 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, I'm done. So, no motivational speech. I don't believe in motivational speech. I believe in inspirational speeches. There is a difference. I mean, I don't think we can motivate someone. I don't believe that. I just don't believe that. Because I believe motivation is something that you have or you don't. And you have it if you found your why, right? Because everyone is we are motivated to eat when we're hungry, right? Like, Mike doesn't have to motivate me to eat if I'm starving. He can be very persuasive, but I don't eat if I'm not hungry. So I believe in inspirational speeches because that means someone comes here and share from his experience, his life, his knowledge, with the intent of just inspire, because the power stays with you. I don't have the power, and I don't want that power. I just want to share from my life, and I want you to have the power to change yours. How does that sound? Fair enough? Okay. So, how many of you these 2 days got an idea for a new thing to do? How many of you, let's say? Okay, so you have this new idea, right? For maybe a new business, or for maybe to start something new, or to grow something that you have. You kind of have a goal, a new goal, right? Do you or not?
Yes.
Okay. So this is a new idea that came to you from somewhere. Because it was here around. I mean, maybe someone else is already doing it, right? So it's not really yours, but it came to you, right? So since it came to you, let's write it down so we don't lose it. Let's write it down. And I will give you like seconds because, I speak Romanian, so I don't speak I speak slow, so I only have 15 minutes and I have so much to say. So are you done with your goals?
Yes.
Goal? Okay. Okay. Now it exists. Like it's on your paper. It's real. I mean, you can watch it. Look at it, like now. You can touch it. You can hear it. Like, you can take this piece of paper and like try to hear it. You can use your senses, your 5 physical senses, to prove the existence of your idea. It exists. So let's celebrate on the idea. Because it has a physical presence, or almost. It has an intellectual presence, it's in your mind, but it's also on your paper. And how do you celebrate, guys, usually? How do you celebrate? Show me an American way to celebrate. Like, For example, could you congratulate another for your new idea? Like, maybe you could like hug each other and say congratulations. But you know, maybe it was weird for you to celebrate on the idea. Let me tell you why we should. First of all, you didn't have it, and now you have it. Then, it's not enough to have an idea, because many people have ideas. But you just declared you wanted it. So, and nothing happens until someone has a desire. You can have a lot of ideas, but you have to have a desire. Because the creative process, I have to write so I seem smarter if I write, because everybody wrote here these 2 days, so I will give you a framework. Watch. So it's the creative process is how we create results in our lives. We have an idea or a thought, right? But many people can have this thought that you had now for your new business. Nothing happens here until this becomes a desire. Initially, it's like a hope, a wish, but it has to become a desire in your heart. So you have it, and now it's a desire. This is the second reason to celebrate, because now it starts to move your body to work. It's action. It's, like my mentor would say, vibration. I'm more scientific, so I use other words, but it's the same thing. Usually people celebrate the results, but those are only effects. The real cause is that you allowed yourself to have this thought, this idea, and then you have gone through a process to transform the idea into a desire. Like, for example, you came here. Maybe you had that idea before, but you didn't do anything with it. And now you are driven, you are motivated to actually do something. So that's why we should celebrate. How many of you can ride a bicycle? So before you could ride a bicycle, there was, yes or no, a time where you couldn't ride a bicycle. But not only this, there was a time where you weren't aware that bicycle existed. Bicycle existed already, and you weren't aware. And now you were aware. You became aware of the bicycle. And then you became aware of the desire of riding a bicycle. Because not every kid learned to ride a bicycle, right? So there are things for you that maybe you will not desire to do. And maybe there are ideas for you that are already here, but you didn't become aware of them. So that's a big reason to celebrate, right? Okay. 7 years ago, I became aware of this idea of becoming an international speaker. Now, watch this picture. I was in Romania. I didn't have any experience in public speaking. I didn't even know that public speaking existed as a profession. And I was at this event listening to a speaker, an international speaker. He was working with John Maxwell, Bob Proctor, Les Brown. He was one of the best. And I was listening to him and watching, and this idea came to me. I could do this. Actually, I want to do this. I feel like I desire to do this. And then this idea became like a smart objective. Like, I want to do this specific thing. And it was, I want to work with this person. He is Paul Marnelli. Some of you maybe will know him. And he's my business partner now in Romania and in Italy. And I was there in that event, like having this idea. And then I transformed it into a desire. And then it moved me to do a lot of things that I didn't know how to do. Because the action part is here, it's very weird. When you are here and you have this desire, you are at the third level of awareness. There are 7 levels of awareness. I will write them down. It's the animal level of awareness, where you react to conditions and circumstances in your life. When you blame other people. How many of you maybe at some point in your life have been there? How many? People here don't have desires. They only wait for someone to solve their situations. Then we have the mass level of awareness, where you only do what other people do. 90% of the population of the world are here. They don't have a desire, a specific desire. If they have it, for them it's crazy and they let the idea go. Now it's us. We are here and we have this aspirational level of awareness. At least we have this one. Maybe we have another level. It's the 4 is the expression, the individual expression. And I don't have the time to speak about all of them, but this is the discipline level, this is the experience level, and this is the mastery level. So do you like my framework? What I want to say is that this level is very tough, because now you cannot go back. You are on a line, it's called the line of intention. You are here now, you became aware of this goal, and you cannot go back, because it's not that you can take awareness back. It's not that you can pretend you didn't have this idea. You have it. But the problem is that you are here, and this line is so fine, and here is the zone of familiarity. So you have here your habits, your beliefs, your family, your environment, your everything that happens in your world and you like it, or maybe you don't like it but it's familiar. You have your programming, your way of thinking. Everything is here, and it seems so logical not to do that, because that is something that you don't know how to do, right? So all your world, let's say you are here, those are like levels. And for example, 18 years ago, I was in Italy. I was making pizza. That was my job. And I was here at the animal level of awareness and the mass level of awareness. And every thought that I had were here. Every habit was here. The people around me were here. So my desire was here. Now, I had to go here to reach my desire. But it wasn't logical for me, because my world was here. So when you are here on the line of intention and something comes into your mind, maybe a book that you read, maybe you go to an event, maybe a crazy person just tells you that you can do more, and you are talented in some area, and it just doesn't fit. It's not in harmony with your world. It's something that doesn't work for you. So what can you do when you are here? Well, for me, what I do is that I ask a question. What if it was possible? I know it's impossible, but what should I do? What would I do if it was possible for me? What would be a first action step that I would do in the direction of my dream if it was possible? Because if you ask your limitations, it's not possible. But if you ask yourself this question, you allow your imagination to start working. So for you now, what would be a first step to do, a first action step? Like something that would be possible for you to do. It doesn't have to be this distant. It just has to be this. It just has to help you cross this line. And it has to be in harmony with what you want. What this step would be for you. Write it down. Just write it down, because I'm done with my speech. No. So this is something that you can do. This is something that you know you should do. This is something that if you would do, would get you closer to your dream. Yes or no? Yes. So do it. You can do it. You should do it. If you do it, it becomes logical, right? Because it's a possible next step towards the impossible dream. So that's how I built my business. Thank you very much.